just wait a moment for that to happen. Okay. Good to go. Thank you. Good evening, councillors, officers, members of the public in attendance, and our viewers live streaming tonight's hearing of Submissions Committee meeting. My name is Councillor Christine O'Laris. I'm the Mayor of Darebin City Council and the chairperson for tonight's meeting. It's my pleasure to welcome you to tonight's meeting, and I declare it open at 6:37 p.m. The meeting's being live streamed and a recording will be made available on the council website as soon as practicable after the meeting. So I'd like to start by acknowledging that we are meeting tonight on the lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people, the traditional owners and custodians of the lands on which we're on. I'd like to pay my respect to elders past and present and recognise their continuing connection to land, waters and culture. Welcome to all of the councillors and staff in attendance tonight. We do have apologies from Councillor Boglis OAM, who's on leave at the moment. Can I just ask, are there any conflicts of interest from councillors or officers that they need to declare? Thank you. All right. If any motion or amendment arises during the meeting that gives rise to a conflict of interest, I request that the councillor advise me at that time. First up, we're going to confirm the minutes from the previous hearing of Submissions Committee meeting. So, councillors, could I please have a mover of motion to adopt the minutes of the hearing of Submissions Committee meeting held on the 3rd of June 2024? Councillor Greco.
Happy to move the previous minutes.
Thank you. Can I have a seconder for this motion? Councillor Dimitriadis. I'll put the motion to the vote. All those in favour? Carried unanimously. Thank you. Council has an occupational health and safety responsibility to anyone attending tonight's meeting and to make sure they feel safe both physically and emotionally. It's great to have everyone here this evening. I'd like to just remind everyone in attendance to be respectful of one another throughout the meeting. Ooh. Okay, I think we get to the piece of business that we have this evening. So this is item 6.1. It's sale of minor assets, and it's at 182 to 183 High Street and 1 Butler Street, Northcote. Councillors, before we continue, can I again request that you ensure your microphones remain on mute unless you're speaking? Thank you. We will now move on to the matter before the committee. I remind councillors and our viewers watching online that this evening is simply about the hearing of a verbal submission. No questions from councillors will be accepted. No decisions on the matter will be made tonight. Councillors, please direct all of your questions to officers after the meeting. First, we will hear a community member who has made a submission in relation to the proposed discontinuance and sale of the road adjoining 182 to 184 High Street and 1 Butler Street, Northcote. We've got one submitter for this item, so when I call your name, can you please come up to the lectern to make your submission? So, I will now call on Josie Dimicelli, who is representing Maria, Teresa, Antoinette and Margarita Sagaria.
That's correct, yeah.
Thank you. To the lectern. Josie, you've got 2 minutes to make your submission.
Yes, I'm just going to read exactly what they wrote to me on the 16th of July for the meeting that was adjourned in September. They were writing to formally object to the proposed acquisition of the land parcel located at the back of their 4 properties, namely 182 to 184 High Street in Northcote, which also joins up with 1 Butler Street, Northcote. They We respectfully request that the proposed acquisition of the land parcel at the back of our property be reconsidered and the land parcel remain as a carriageway on the basis that this acquisition by the owners of the adjoining property, 1 Butler Street, would significantly impact our access to the property, particularly if there is any maintenance required to be done. They get access through that carriageway. They need to do, if they need to access their roof or their rear yard, they won't be able to access it. We've owned and dutifully maintained these properties on High Street for a number of decades, and our tenants have gratefully utilised this land parcel to access the rear of their property. If you would like to consider the objection to the sale and would like to also be interested in purchasing the parcel if it's available. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Josie.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate you making the time to come and address the committee this evening, so thanks very much. Okay. There we go. We have a motion up on the screen. Councillors, do I have a mover for this motion, please? Councillor Jelly, thank you. So do I have a seconder for the motion? Seconded by Councillor Aturi. I'm going to put the motion to the vote. All those in favour? That's unanimously carried. Okay. There's no other business to consider this evening, so I'd like to say thank you and good night to the councillors, officers, members of the public in attendance and our viewers live streaming tonight's meeting, and declare the hearing of submissions committee meeting closed at 6:44. I'll now ask that the live streaming